Hey everybody, it's John here in National Sports Entertainment, and I just wanted to go into tonight's game. We did like a brief preview in my last video, just going over why I was leaning towards the Niners. And I was waiting for two reasons. The first reason I was waiting is obviously I wanted to get a little more information, see what narratives they were pushing. And secondly, and more importantly, I was hoping the spread from 1.5 fell to 1, because I figured that it's more of an even game, but it didn't. Now it's at -2 for the Niners, so Vegas is saying the Niners are a better team than the Rams, which would typically suggest a trap, and in this game I would typically pick the Rams. So the reason I'm not is because I'm noticing a reminiscent theme here. So we had Tom Brady obviously win at home against Patrick Mahomes, and that gave him his, whatever you want to call it, his farewell, his mea culpa. It was his last victory. That was him going out on a high note. Even though he didn't retire, people are still going to look at the fact that he went to the Bucs and a year or two before turning 45 took them and won a Super Bowl. So Mahomes put him over. So now, just like he did before in the AFC Championship for the Patriots, here he's putting him over again on prime time. And of course it evened their record at 3-3. I don't know if it's in this article, but Mahomes was 2-3 against Brady going into this game. And this is just against the Bucs. So Brady is now 1-2 against the Chiefs as a Buck, but as a Patriot, his record was 2-1. So they evened out. They're 3-3, and you can look it up. That's their record. The same thing happened with Aaron Rodgers. He was 1-2 against Brady, and of course that's why I had picked the Packers to cover, and I picked them to win actually, not the cover. I picked them to win because it was about even odds, and of course Rodgers beat him, evening up. Now they're each 2-2. But yeah, so that's how we knew Patrick Mahomes was going to win. Here we have a similar theme. It's not really a team, but it's a player and the coaches. So I think it's McVay and I don't know, McCarthy. I forget the names, but the coaches for the Rams and Niners are very good friends openly. So again, this is all choreographed and they help each other out and they're told what to do. So in my opinion, since the Niners put the Rams over and the Rams knocked them out of the championship, and since the Niners lost last week against the Broncos in primetime, I do think the Niners win this game. Now, I think they win the game, but that spread to me is extremely suspicious. It's suspicious because a lot of people are going to see that spread and they're going to say, well, it's still a field goal. I'm going to take that too. Not realizing that there's a very good chance a game like this, and I just have a feeling, can end 23-21 with a weird score like 19-17. There's a lot of things that I can see happening where this is a 1-point or a 2-point game. So I personally paid and bought the extra point. So it's about $3-4 extra dollars. It came to $32.50. If your book is offering, obviously, the points or the point and a half, it's going to be a little cheaper. But so yeah, I personally paid for that because I just think there's a chance this is a 1-2 point game, not just a field goal. So that's our pick. It's the Niners, like I said, for multiple reasons. And for the analytics, I'm going to go into, maybe I know some people talk about player props and live betting and things like that and hedging. This might help, hopefully. I do believe that George Kittle is going to have a really good game because he's been a little quiet. This is prime time. This is when they want to flex the superstars. And Jimmy G, they last week when he was playing the Broncos, they're pushing the narrative that he's checking, he's got to check down, get back into the rhythm. So now when he's up against the best pass rusher in the last decade, there's going to be that narrative that Donald's giving him pressure all game. So I expect screens and I expect George Kittle to have a big game. Not that Deebo Samuel won't or any of the other players won't. But yeah, I expect Wilson to have a pretty good game because, again, I think they're going to have an aggressive Rams team here. that's going to overrun a lot of plays, things of that nature. So Wilson Jr. and Kittle, I like to have good games. But again, the most important thing is, because I never like to suggest things I don't exactly pick, I like the Niners -1 here. Obviously, I wish I could have got them straight up. But yeah, I think from, like I said, the history between these teams, the comparison with the Patriots, there's no reason that the Niners don't win this game. I'm also going to go into a Wednesday college game so we can cover this Stanford Open sequence. The reason I'm waiting is, like I said, there's a team. There's a couple. One is Colorado State, and then there's another one. Have not covered a spread all season. I expect it to change, but I'll go into that. But yeah, so again, this game is not, again, prime time. They're easier to call because the narratives can be obvious, but they are sometimes tough to call because, again, they're taking two teams and you get very even action on both sides. Sometimes it comes down to the live betting. So, like I said, I like the Niners here -1. I think they definitely win the game. It'll be very close in my opinion. And I like George Kittle too. So, everyone take care. Happy earnings. And I'll be posting, like I said, the video on Aaron Judge probably later. I have a playlist going with him, and as well as our college pick, because we have a few going this week. Take care, everybody.